See me? Can you see my legs? Everything on there?
Yep.
Everything's good?
Yep.
All right. Hello. Welcome to Mobility Sunday. Hope everyone's doing good. We have a lot to do today. We're going to start first just with our own body, flowing through a few movements, and then we will go into some lacrosse ball and foam roll. So let's go ahead and just start on our mat. We're going to be in a tabletop position, shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. Nice neutral spine, just slightly looking out in front of you. Let's go ahead and place that right hand at the base of your neck. And then from here, we're going to inhale, lifting up, really feeling that in the upper back and middle of your back, that thoracic spine, and then come all the way down. And then right back up. Try not to strain, relax those shoulders. Just go through your own range of motion. So if that's right here, that's fine. I just don't want you to force yourself all the way up. Okay, let's do a few more. Breathe with this. Exhale. Take a deep breath here. Reach, pause, and then coming right back down. Switching left hand now. It's at the base of your neck. Lift that left elbow up towards the ceiling, and then right back down. Lift up, belly in nice and tight. Follow your breath. Good, 2 more. Shoulders are back and down. Last one. Lifting up, pause, getting that shoulder back, and then back to your tabletop position. Going into leg circles from here. Let's go ahead and lift your right leg out to the side, flexing your foot, and then bring it all the way back and around with control. Belly is in nice and tight, and then back to center. Now lifting up, bring that leg out to the side with control. Try not to lift your hips this way too much. Keep them square, and then back down. Lift it up, around nice and slow, controlled, really feeling this in your hip, and down. Now lift your leg up, flex your foot, bring it around, and down. 1 more each. Lift up, pause, and nice and slow, coming all the way around with control. And last one, lift up, big circle, breathe, try not to tuck your chin, and switching sides. So let's go ahead and lift that left leg out to the side, bring it back, hips are square, and back down. Lift it up, slowly coming out, fight it, back down, lift up, belly in tight. Ooh, I feel this in my left hip, and down, lift up, slow as you can, breathe. Let's do 1 more. Lift, big circle, and down. Last one. Lift, hip square, belly in, all the way out to the side, and slowly coming down. All right, next, I want you guys to grab a strap or a towel, and we're gonna bring this band or your towel over your right shoulder. You can stay here like me. If this hurts too much or you feel it in your knees, you can come up into a high kneeling position. What we're gonna do is bring that right hand up, bring your hand back, holding onto the strap. Left hand is going around. So you're trying to hold on to the strap and walk your hands as close as you can towards each other, okay? So this is where you're at. Now I want you to look straight ahead, gently pushing your head against your right arm, so you're not tucking your chin here. And also want to make sure that you're not hyperextending, flaring those ribs up. So stay really tight in your core. And just breathe here. You're going to feel this in your left front shoulder and also in that right tricep. Make sure your elbow's pointing directly up and not out to the side like this. So a few more breaths here. You're gonna feel one side is a little bit tighter. This is my good side that I showed you, of course. One more breath. And exhale it out. Switching sides, bringing the strap now on your left shoulder. Left arm up. Walk your left hand down. Hold on to that strap. Right hand reaches back. Walking your hand up to meet that top hand. Whew. Look straight ahead, pressing your head back into that arm. I'll show you guys this side. It's a lot different. So as you see, the other side, get my hands together. This one, not so much. I'm trying to sleep on my back and hug my pillow. Sometimes that's hard to do though. And then make sure you're not flaring your ribs up, so stay tight here. Keep pushing that head back so you're not tucking that chin. Breathe here. I'm really feeling that in my right shoulder. I'm sure you guys are too. 2 more breaths. One more. And exhale it out. Slowly coming down. And now we're going to go into our 90-90. So let's start with our right leg first. So we're bringing that right leg out in front of you. You want a 90-degree angle with this right leg and 90-degree angle with this left leg. And to make sure that your right heel and your left knee are in a straight line. Okay, from there, I'm going to have you slowly now turn over your right leg, walking both arms out in front of you. You can stay here up onto both hands, or you can come down onto your forearms, up to you. Next, we will straighten your bottom leg. So you're straightening this bottom leg, bringing it out, and really pushing through that right heel. So you're gonna feel this in the outside of your shin, also in the IT band and outer leg. Now from there, I'm gonna have you point your toes, flex. Now bring your toes up towards the ceiling, and this is where I feel it the most. So I'm gonna pause here for a second, and then point again, flex, toes up towards the ceiling. Let's do that one more time. So point, flex, toes up, still staying in that hinge position. I'm gonna take one more breath right here. And then slowly coming out, bending now, this front knee, going back into that 90-degree angle, walking yourself back up, making a fist with both hands. From there, you're trying to reach your belly button towards this right knee, so take a deep breath. And then with control, exhale, slowly hinging forward, really elongating through that spine, like I'm pulling your head forward. Stop right before you round, and then slowly come right back up. And again, bringing that belly button towards that right knee, staying tight, come all the way back up. One more, come forward. Flexing those feet, stop right before you round. Pause right here, and then drop your hands out in front of you. You can stay up onto your hands, you can come down to your forearms, or you can fully extend all the way out. So you should feel this in your right hip pretty intensely. Relax your face muscles, those shoulders. And then let's walk ourselves all the way back up. Going into a side bend now. So left hand will go either at your left calf or on your thigh. Right arm, we're gonna reach up and over. So you're really trying to open up that right shoulder, open up your chest. You can look straight ahead, or you can look up if that feels okay for your neck. But I want you to exhale, try to hinge over that leg. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, we're gonna go over again, side bend. Feel that in that right side. Come all the way back up, inhale. And then exhale once more, reach, bend, keep reaching. Open up that right shoulder a little bit more. Open up that chest, and then slowly coming back down. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the other side. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring that left leg and right leg at a 90-degree angle. Flex your feet, make sure your left heel and your right knee are aligned. From there, we're gonna walk yourself forward. Okay. And then I'm going to hinge forward. You might just stay right here onto your hands and stay there, or maybe you're coming down onto your forearms, so listen to your body. Once you are there, we will straighten this left leg out, directly out to the side. Whew, and I Feel that. Next, we're going to point, flex. Now bring your toes up towards the ceiling. And again, point, flex, bring your toes up towards the ceiling, pause, and then once more, point, flex, toes up. This is where I feel it the most. And slowly release. Going back into your 90-90, flexing those feet. Now the goal here is to keep those hips down, make your fist, belly button is going towards this left knee, shoulders are down, without rounding, with control. Let's come forward, exhale, and then come all the way back up. Whew, hello left side. And slowly come forward. Make sure that you're not extending through that neck. Come all the way up. Once more. Belly button towards that front knee. Come here, pause. Make sure you're not rounding, hips down. And then relax those arms all the way out in front of you. You can stay here onto your hands. You can come down onto your forearms, or you can fully reach in front of you. Just make sure that you're not straining. You just want a nice stretch there in that left hip. Breathe here. And then gently coming out. Now, right hand reaches back, hold on to your right calf, or you can hold on to that thigh. Left arm is going to reach up now, and a side bend over to the right. Your head can look up, or you can look straight ahead. So let's go ahead and inhale, reach up. I can pull on that arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, side bend. Relax that neck. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend. Once more, reach. And exhale, extend. Nice. Slowly now coming out of that. Next, we're going into downward dog, just to transition. So go into your tabletop. Then from there, lift your hips straight up. You can pedal it out, really feeling it in your calves, hamstrings, lower back. Spread your fingers nice and wide, really pressing into your thumbs and index fingers. Ears back towards your arms, keeping those hips nice and high. Okay, from here, bring that left foot to the middle of your mat. Lift your right leg up and bend your knee, relaxing your neck, shoulders, and do some circles here. Have to take care of our hips. Then go that opposite direction. Big circles, keeping shoulders square. It's really easy to want to come out of this or fall to one side. Now let's go ahead and bring that right foot right between your hands. And I'm going to have you drop that back knee and try to bring that back leg as far as you can so you feel a nice stretch there in your hip flexor. Next, we're going to bring both arms up, belly in, top ribs down, squeezing your glutes, protecting your back, clasping your hands. From here, you can either hold on to your elbows if you can't clasp your hands, or you can hold on to a towel. But let's inhale, lift, big open chest. Exhale, hinging forward, dropping down, trying to bring that right shoulder to the inside of that right inner thigh. Take a breath here. Staying tight in that belly. Relaxing that neck here. Take one more breath. And then slowly coming all the way up. Bring those arms up. And exhale. Down. You can stay here with that back knee down, or you can lift your back leg off the ground, bringing both arms inside of that right leg. Right elbows going as far as you can towards the floor, and then reach your right arm up, stacking your shoulders. Then let's come back down and reach. We're going to go for 5. There's 2. Come down. 3. 4. One more. And 5, dropping that back knee down. Right hand is to the floor or to a block if you need to lift up. Right arm is gently pushing against that right thigh. Lift your left arm up and extend. Coming back down, 4 more. Come up with control. Squeeze that back glute. There's 2. Stack those shoulders. 3, 4, and 5. Good. Next, bringing that right hand outside of that leg. I want you to straighten that right leg. So your toes are straight up towards the ceiling. Nice neutral spine, so you're not rounding here in your back. Push your right hip back to meet the left, so they're nice and square. And then let's come forward and exhale back. Coming forward. Exhale back. Flexing that foot. Feeling that in that hamstring and hip flexor here. Good, one more, coming forward. Flexing those toes, really pushing your hips back, shoulders back. And good. Coming back to that tabletop position. Right leg directly out to the side, so I'll turn for you guys. Making sure your right foot is flat now. Hands out in front of you, shoulders over wrist. Exhale and push your hips back towards that left heel. Really feeling that in your inner thigh, those adductors, also in the top of your foot and your ankle. Some ankle mobility here as well. Then come forward, and then exhale, pushing into your palms, okay? Inhale forward, exhale, press it back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Feeling that in the hips as well. Once more, coming forward, and press it back. Good. All right, now we have to go into that left side. So let's go into our downward dog, just a transition. Hips nice and high. Lifting that left leg up, bending that knee, shoulders square. Let's do some hip circles here. Opening up. And then reversing those circles, really actively pushing into those palms, pressing through that bottom right heel. And then stepping that left foot right between your hands, dropping your back knee down, really bringing that back leg as far as it can behind you without straining, releasing your toes, come all the way up, glutes are on, belly in. From here, either clasping your hands, grabbing your towel, come all the way up, big open chest, and then exhale, hinge forward, dropping down, left shoulder to the inside of that left inner thigh. Relaxing your face muscles. It's really easy to want to clench your jaws here. With each exhalation, maybe feeling yourself drop a little bit further. One more breath. Exhale it out. And then slowly lifting all the way up. Bring those arms up with you. And then dropping down, both arms inside of that left leg. Either staying here, or you can lift your back leg up, extend through that right leg. Bringing that left elbow as far as you can towards the floor. Maybe it's to your calf. Just go to your own in range. And then lift up, stacking those shoulders. And then exhale down. 1 for 5. Inhale, reach, extend. There's 2. Shoulders back and down. 3. 4, last one. 5, dropping out that back knee. Left hand is down, we're at a block. Pushing your left arm into that left inner thigh. Right arm is now reaching up, trying to stack those shoulders. Exhale down. Reach, extend. This side is a lot harder. There's 2. 3, this left arm still pushing gently against that right leg, or left leg. 4, one more. Reach. And all the way back. Bring that left hand now outside of that left leg. Let's go ahead and straighten that left leg. Toes are straight up towards the ceiling. Now this left hip is pushing back to meet that right hip, so it's squared up. Slowly coming forward, bending. Feeling that hip flexor. And straighten. Bend. Big open chest. And straighten. Hinging with those hips and not with your spine here. So you don't want to do this. You want to push back. Then last one. Breathe here, pause. And then slowly coming forward. Now, I'm just gonna face you guys, you can see me. Straighten that left leg. You want your left foot flat, shoulders over wrist. Exhale. Push your hips back into that right heel now. Also feeling that in that left ankle, top of your foot, and then come forward, we're gonna rock. And then exhale. push back. Inhale forward. Exhale, sit back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Let's do 2 more here. Keeping that left leg as straight as you can. Push it back. Exhale. And last one. Inhale. And exhale. Good. All right. Now we're going to sit down. We're going to get into those quads. So let's bring that right leg back behind you. Okay. So you want to make sure that your right toes are underneath you. Heel is outside of your glutes. You're not sitting on that heel. Flexing this left foot. Both sit bones down. You can stay right here, opening up your chest, or come down onto your forearms. Still lifting up that chest. Belly is in. Get a nice stretch here in that quad. I'm sure you guys are feeling it there. Good, now you're going to come up. Now we're going to do some reaches. Right arm is going to reach and touch your left hand. Maybe you're going onto that left forearm. Listen to your bodies and coming right back up. Right hand touches that left hand, keeping your sit bones down. And up. Breathe. 2 more. 1 more. Feeling it all in here. And coming all the way back up. Good, now switching legs, bringing that left leg now behind you, flexing your right foot, making sure that you're not sitting on this left ankle, staying here, or bring yourself back. Looking up, chest is open. Take a few breaths and then we'll go into our reaches. Good. Slowly coming up, left hand, turn, reach your right hand. Coming back up. Left hand up, reach, extend, turn, keeping those hips down. All the way back up. And turn. And 2 more. Big reach. Maybe you're even staying on that right forearm, that's fine too. Last one. Reach, open up, and coming back to center. Good. All right, guys. 1 more. Grab your foam roller or a pillow. You're gonna straighten that bottom leg. So my right leg is straight. My left leg is at a 90-degree angle with my hip, knee, and ankle. I'm coming here. I wanna make sure that my leg, my entire leg, is on that foam roller. Right arm is straight out in front of me. Left hand is going to my right hand. You can bring your head to a pillow if you need it, or a block. But I want your eyes to follow your top hand. So here we go. We're gonna bring this left hand all the way around your head. Your eyes are following your left hand all the way around. So you get a full circle. Now I want you to pause here. This is where you're opening up that chest. Exhale it out, keeping this left leg down onto that foam roller. And then once you get all the way out to a T, bring this left hand back to meet the right hand. So again, eyes follow, keeping this left leg down. Take your time. Belly in. Take a breath here. This is a tight spot, I know. And then left hand comes back to meet the right. Again, big circle all the way up and around. Still flexing that bottom foot as well. And good, let's do 2 more. Eyes follow all the way around. Also feeling this in the middle of your back. Good little opener. I love windmills. And 1 more. Eyes follow all the way around, nice and slow. Maybe taking 1 more breath here. And let's close it. Good, switching sides. Okay, so now straightening that left leg directly out in front of you, flexing your foot, 90-degree angle with this top leg. I want that entire leg on the foam roller, flexing both feet. Okay, make a T. Right hand meets the left, head is down or on a pillow. Right hand goes all the way around. Open up. Take a breath. Feel that nice stretch in that right shoulder and chest. And then close it. Right hand is going to meet the left. Just scoop down. And then again, eyes up and around. Open up that shoulder and chest, flexing those feet, keeping that right knee on the foam roller the entire time. If it comes off the foam roller, you're going a little bit too far, okay? If you feel extra tight right here when you're opening up that right arm, pause. Take an extra breath before you close it. Okay, 2 more. Arms up and around. Keep that right leg onto the foam roller. Last one. Up and around. Breathe here. Maybe that right shoulder is now at the floor or it's getting closer towards the floor. And then close. All right. You guys should feel a little bit more open and ready for some foam rolling. And we're gonna use the lacrosse ball first. We're just gonna go all the way from your shoulders all the way down today. So grab your lacrosse ball. First, we're gonna start in that anterior delt and chest. So let's go ahead and lay all the way down flat onto your bellies. We'll start on the right side. Hello, Matt. So let's start right here in your chest. Okay, we're gonna oscillate in little circles. We're gonna internally, externally rotate this arm and bring it also behind that lower back. So let's go for it. Let's cry a little together. So now I'm bringing that ball at my chest. Left hand is on the floor, okay? From here, right hand, lower back, forehead is down at the ground so you're not extending through that neck. And I want you to oscillate in little circles here, okay? Little circles in that chest. Ooh, and I have my timer today. I'm actually gonna use it. So you guys know I'm not giving you 5 minutes on each side. So here we go. 1.5 minutes on each side today. So I'm gonna give you some extra love. Take about 25 minutes or so with all of this. I'm just gonna do it because I feel like we need it, okay? Now, once you hit that tight spot, I want you to bring this left hand to meet your right hand and pull both hands down towards your feet, okay? Forehead to the mat, and I want you to exhale and imagine that you're sinking into that ball, okay? Sinking into that ball, really get into that bounded up tissue. Breathe here. I know it's a little painful. Squeeze those glutes, protect your back. Good, and then slowly coming back, now extending that right arm out to the side. I want you to now bring that ball more to the front of your shoulder, okay? Woo, and I already found a spot. Once you find your spot, I want you to internally and externally rotate that arm, okay? Keeping your forehead down. Just internally, externally rotate. And once that kind of pain dissipates, bring it a little bit further. And do the same thing. Whew. Got 5 more seconds here. Good, and then slowly coming out, hitting now that left side. I'll pause that. I love this timer. Okay, so now we're gonna get into that left arm. So bring that ball now to that left part of your chest. We're gonna oscillate little circles first. Bring that hand, left hand behind your lower back. And here we go. So, right hand to the floor, left hand back behind you. Let's go into our little circles here. And I already found a knot. I'm pretty sure you guys have too. So keep looking down. Right hand's gonna come back to meet the left hand. Bring both arms, both hands towards your feet, and imagine that you're trying to sink into that ball a little bit more. So each exhalation, imagine that you're going deeper into the ball, getting out those knots, that bounded up tissue. Keep your forehead down, relax that neck. Whew. And then slowly coming back, extending that left arm out to the side. Let's get into that shoulder a little bit. I found a spot right there. And then internally, externally rotate that arm, okay? Keeping your forehead down. Breathe into it. Maybe even getting a little bit into that bicep if you're feeling a little bit tight there today. And then go again, find that spot, internally, externally rotate that arm, that hand. We have about 15 more seconds. You might need to go back into that shoulder. That's fine too. Bringing that hand to the lower back and extend. Do what feels best for you. You might feel a little bit better. Oh, whoa. That timer has a mind of its own. All right, and then slowly coming back down. If you guys need to stay there a little bit longer, go ahead and do so. Also, if you feel tighter on one side, let's say you feel tighter on your left, you're gonna go right, you're gonna go left, right, and then hit that left side again on your own, okay? Next, we're going into our lat. So we're going right into the insertion of your lat and your armpit, so about right here. We're going to have our palm up, laying on our side in a fetal position. So put it on our timer, our loud timer. Here we go. Right arm, externally rotating your right arm, going into fetal position, left hand down, and I want you to relax your head down onto your arm or onto a pillow, and you're gonna oscillate in little circles. Whew. Hello, lat. Okay, I'm on a really tight spot. From there, belly in, knees in front of you, so you're protecting your back, heads down. And I'm going to breathe and try my best to relax and sink deeper into this lacrosse ball. Deep breaths, also making sure that you're relaxing this left shoulder. So keep this left hand close to your body. And then once that dissipates, that's not so painful anymore, I will have you go ahead and oscillate again, maybe going a little bit higher or a little bit lower. We have about 30 more seconds on this side. You might even feel this in your shoulder as well. And also make sure that your arm is straight over your head. So imagine if you're standing up and you're in an overhead position. That's how I want your arm. So I don't want your bottom arm out in front of you or too far behind you. Okay, just think about bicep towards your ear. We have about 10 more seconds here. Breathe, relax into that ball as best as you can. 10 seconds. And 3, 2, and let's go right into that left side, guys. So externally rotating that left arm, palm is up towards the ceiling. Put that ball right in the insertion between your armpit and your lat, okay? Now, right hand is down. Using this right hand, go in little baby circles here. Breathe into it. Relax that head. Might feel that in your shoulder a little bit. You might need to bring that ball a little bit further behind you, a little bit more up or down. Find that area. Guarantee you already found it. But if you haven't, oscillate around a little bit more until you do. And then stay there and breathe. Whew. Left side, a little bit tighter. 30 more seconds here, guys. You really need to take your time. Maybe even going side to side, going against the grain of that muscle. Going in little circles here again. Ooh, I have one more spot I didn't get. I missed it. All right. 10 more seconds. I'm going to just pause right here. Breathe. 5 seconds, guys. 3, 2, 1, and time. Oh, we hear you. Okay, next we're getting into our traps. So this is one of my favorite ones, just because I tend to get really tight in my traps. We're gonna start up here, and then we're gonna hit about 3 or 4 spots. We're going here. We're gonna do this with our arm. I'll show you when I get down there, and we're going to move the ball all the way down. So here's our scapula. We're going around it, okay? So let's start with our right side first. I'm putting on the timer. And here we go. Knees up, feet down. Bring that ball to the top of that trap first. Packing that chin so you're not extending through that neck. Right arm's gonna go up, keeping your arm close to your ear, bicep towards your ear. Once you bend your elbow, that's past your in range. So I want you to stop before you bend that elbow, and that's where you stop. And then really reach that arm all the way over to that left hip and then back. So you're reaching towards that left hip and bring it back. If you want more pressure, lift your hips up. Now you're really getting into that muscle. A lot more pressure here. Let's do about 5 or 6 arms. If you need a little bit more, that's fine. Do a couple more. Now I'm gonna roll that ball a little bit lower. This is where I'm really gonna start to feel it. You might even feel some knots. So extend, externally rotating that arm so your palm is up. And then really reach over towards that left hip. Bring it back, packing that chin. If you need a blocker pillow over underneath your head, use it. If you want more pressure, again, you can just lift those hips up. You're really gonna feel it there though. Keeping your belly in, squeeze those glutes though if you are going up, so you're not using that lower back. And then let's roll the ball one more time, all the way down. And I feel some speed bumps, so I'm really feeling those knots in there. Self-myofascial release. This one I need to do every single day. Really bring that arm all the way across your body every single time. If you need to pause here for a second, that's fine. If you want to lift those hips up, go ahead. And 3, 2, and time. Let's go ahead and, feeling that. Let's get that left side now. Okay, so here we go. Left side. Let's bring it to that upward trap. Pack that shin, knees up, feet down. From here, left arm's going straight up, and then cross that left hand over to your right hip and extend, making sure you're not bending this left elbow. If you are, you're going too far, which means you're probably hyperextending in that lower back, and we don't want that. So belly's in. If you want to lift your hips up here, go ahead. Feeling my shoulder even pop here. Ooh. Let's do one more. Feeling that knot I have going on there. And now bringing that ball a little bit lower. So again, keep it going. Left arm up and then cross it over to that right hip. Keeping that left hand externally rotating. Palm is facing up. Packing that chin. Pressing your head against that mat. Maybe lifting those hips up here. Feel that. Now let's roll that ball one more time, a little bit lower. Pack that chin. This is going to be a little bit more intense. I'm going to give us a little extra time on this one. So I have about 15 more seconds here. Palm up. Maybe even lifting those hips. Breathe here. Try to relax into that ball. I know it's hard, but it will get easier, just like working out. So one more, bring it back. And good. All right, guys. Moving down. Now we're going into our glute. So we're gonna start here. Here's your sacrum, going right to the right of it. Moving this ball right to left against the grain. We're gonna do that a few times and then we're going into our fetal position. So let's just follow along. Here we go. Let's start on that right side. And let me get my timer on. I really need the timer because I can just start talking and then it's like 10 minutes on one side. So I'm sitting on that ball. Let's just go ahead and roll side to side, going against the grain of that muscle. I'm going a little bit longer today, but I really hope all of you stay with me. Get a little extra love to our bodies. So I'm just going side to side on that right upper glute. Okay, now I'm going to let that right knee fall out to the side and up. Let it fall out to the side. Whew, breathe here. Seems like traps and hips tend to be some of the tightest muscles. That's when we tense up. We tend to shrug our shoulders or really just like feel that in our hips too. So let's take our time on these two. All right, now I'm gonna start going into my fetal position. So now I'm starting to roll that ball to the outside of my hip. So if you have feel your bone, that right hip bone, Go down an inch and out to the side an inch, and that's the right spot. So I'm just gonna show you guys. So right here, okay? So now with making our way, I'm gonna drop down to my right arm. I'm gonna bring this left leg over my right. Okay, so my right leg is down on the floor. You might just stay right here. And from there, you're gonna straighten your bottom leg and bend. Whoo, this is intense. Straighten and bend, keep going. And if you want more, you can always drop all the way down into a full-on fetal position using your bottom arm as your pillow. And you can stay with it, just straightening that leg, fully extending, press into that bottom heel, and bend. Straighten and bend. Or you can just stay right here and you can go into a full fetal position and just allow your entire body to just fall deeper into that ball. And breathe. And where are we at? I'm gonna give you 5 more seconds here. And slowly coming out. Okay, now left side. Get ready. Here we go. Let's go onto that left side, sitting on that ball, side to side here. This actually feels kind of good. And now I'm gonna let that left knee just drop out. Come back in, drop out, back in. Taking your time. And now here we go. We're gonna move that ball all the way to the outer side of that hip. So 1 inch down and back. Going, dropping down to that forearm, dropping your left leg down, bringing your right leg over. And now we're going to straighten that bottom leg. So don't lift it up, just let it drag on the mat, drag on your floor. And then bend. Straighten. Whew. And bend. Hello, left hip. This is intense. You can feel that all on my glute as well. If you want more, you can drop down into that fetal position if you like, making that bottom arm as your pillow. Staying with it, straightening and bending. You might need to stay here a little bit longer with your legs straight, or you might feel it more with your leg bent. So wherever you feel it the most, I want you to stay there for a few breaths. Okay, keep straightening and bending, and then going into that fetal position. Okay, so your entire body now is on top of that ball. You're really getting into that, that hip. Take 5 more seconds here, relaxing that neck. 3, 2, 1, and then slowly coming out. Whew. And now we're gonna grab that foam roller, getting those adductors. We have 3 more to go. Stay with me, guys. You need this, I need this. Let's go ahead and bring that foam roller up and down. Right leg out to the side, laying flat here, so that left leg is flat. 90-degree angle with your right hip, knee, and ankle. Now we're gonna roll those inner thighs, so coming all the way to above your knee, and then right where that groin is, okay? So, going, ooh. Using those forearms and your left foot to kind of guide you and guide that foam roller. And then once you get that tight spot, for me it's more the inner, that middle of my inner thigh, then I'm gonna straighten my leg, point my toes, flex, point, flex, and then bend and straighten, and keep doing that. So you're bending, you're straightening, you're pointing and flexing your toes, okay? And now I'm gonna move it a little bit lower. So I feel it really intensely right above my knee. So I'm gonna do the same thing, bend, straighten, pointing, flexing that foot. We have about 15 more seconds. Maybe bringing that foam roller to the middle or a little bit lower or a little bit higher, getting to all those tight areas. Keep bending and straightening, relaxing those shoulders. 5 more seconds here. Then we're hitting that left side. And slowly coming out. Whew. Now going on to our left side. Okay, 90-degree angle with this left leg. Here we go. Minute and a half. Right leg straight. And let's go right below that knee. Ooh. Using those forearms in your right toes to guide you forward and back. Belly is in. And then we're going to straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Pointing and flexing that foot. There we go. Maybe going a little bit further up. Doing that a few times and then going a little bit further down. I feel it the most the closer I get towards my knee. So remember, you're not going ever on your knee, but just getting right above. And you might even just want to pause here, bending that knee, or you might want to pause, bring that leg out. Good, we have about 20 more seconds on this side. Keep bending and straightening. Breathe into it. Breathe into those tight areas. Nice, guys. 10 more seconds here. Find that last tight spot. Bend and straighten. And relax. Feeling that. Okay, we only have 2 more to go. That's it. Next one. Gap and smash. We're bringing this ball right underneath your knee, okay? Right underneath. And then we're going to close that. So let me go ahead and get that timer ready. Here we go, minute and a half. Bring that ball right underneath that knee, okay? From there, you can keep this left leg straight. Bringing both hands around that right shin, I want you to bring your right heel closer towards your glute. Sitting nice and tall, relaxing your shoulders. Now, you're going to bring your toes up towards the ceiling, to the side, to the other side, down and up. So you're moving your foot in all directions, okay? So you're really getting that lower hamstring and your upper calf here. Also, if you tend to have any knee problems, this will help alleviate that pain. So if you do have knee problems, try to do this one every day. And now let's bring that ball more in the middle. More in the middle. Whew, that's a little bit more intense too. Okay, so the closer you can bring your heel towards your glute, the more intense it's gonna be. So if that's too intense, just don't bring that leg or that heel as close to your glute. You might need to bring it out a little bit further for right now. Okay, just keep pulling with both of those hands on your shin. Move that foot in all directions. Let's move it out one more time to the lateral part of that leg. Sitting nice and tall, moving that foot in all directions again. Breathe into it. We're almost there. 5 more seconds. And relax. Whew. All right, guys, let's get that left side. Bring that ball now right the inside of that, behind that knee. Right foot or right leg is straight. Try to bring your left heel as close as you can towards your glute, looking straight ahead. And then moving that foot in all directions. Pointing it, lifting those toes up as high as you can, going side to side, forward and back. This one's okay for me. When I start to go in the middle into the lateral part, that's when I feel it the most. So let's go ahead and bring it to the middle, right underneath. Feel that in that upper calf, lower hamstring. If you're doing a lot of running or jumping or jump roping, I love jump roping, you're gonna feel this in your calves. Okay, and they start to get tight, they lock up on us. So make sure you're doing this one if you are walking or running or jumping every day. Where are we at? All right, let's move that ball to the lateral part. And if you don't feel it that much there, just go back to the middle then. And you might need it just more in the middle of that calf, and that's fine too. Let's move that foot in all directions. Doing a full body roll out today. 5 more seconds. And we have 1 more to go, and that's it. And slowly coming out. Okay, so now we're going right here. Starting below that knee, working that lateral part of your leg, and then stopping right before you get above that ankle. Okay? So here we go. Right side first. Here we go, on our hands and knees. I'll face this way. Bringing that ball right here, lateral part, right below your knee. Okay, if you want more pressure, sit your butt back into that ball. And then the same thing with the foot. Move your foot in all directions. So you're not moving the ball at all. You're just moving your foot and applying pressure with your body weight. Okay, now you're going to move that ball down a few inches. It's going to probably be a little bit more intense, especially when we get into the middle part of that outer shin. Move that foot around, maybe even just stay in there pointing, and move it down a little bit more. Breathe here. I tend to get really tight in my lateral part, my shin. I don't know about you guys. We have to take care of that. I feel like it's neglected a lot. Okay, let's move it down 1 more time. A little bit lower. Move that foot side to side. Breathe here. We have about 10 more seconds, and we're moving on to that left leg, our final one. Going a little bit lower. And switch. All right, left side, final side. Let's start right below that knee, outer part of your left leg. Here we go. If you want more pressure, you just sit back towards that left heel, relaxing your shoulders and neck. Move that foot in all directions. And then let's start moving that ball a little bit lower, a few inches. Now I feel this a little bit more intense. Breathe here. Keep moving that foot around. I know it's kind of painful. And then move it a little bit lower. I can even feel that in the top of my foot. Okay, move that foot in all directions. Move it a little bit lower, a few inches each time. A little bit lower. Sitting back maybe into it, and towards that heel. Move that foot side to side. And then a little bit lower. Getting closer towards that ankle. And then move all the way right above that ankle now. I have about 10 more seconds. Now I can bring my hips a little bit closer towards my heel. And 3, 2, and time. All right, guys. I hope you stayed with me. I know I took us through almost an hour, but I feel like we really need to take care of our bodies. You can always come back to this. You can always just focus on certain movements or smashing that you really need. So just take this time for you. Use this throughout the week. Take care of your bodies. And thank you guys so much for joining me today for Mobility Sunday.